Okay, so you have dropped off your newly acquired child at the daycare centre. Um, Unfortunately, you didn't drop it off with a ditto, so you may not get an egg back. But
Oh, God damn. Did I find anything on my little excursion around the property
oh
whilst
yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Yeah,
dropping that bird off?
we'll cut to you first.
Okay.
So what's your plan? Are you just gonna kind of like skulk about, looking creepy, or what are you doing?
No. I was just gonna like, is it a building on its own, or is it like in a
Uh,
street with other buildings, or?
it's it's kind of like on its own, as in like it's independent, but like there's buildings next to it. So it's
Yeah, so it's detached.
yeah. A lot of the other buildings are like kind of attached together in rows, whereas this has been like specifically cut, like placed in its own kind of area,
Right. Okay.
with a kind of fence going all the way around it.
Okay. Is there a way for me to get like is there a round the back of the building sort of area?
Um, there will be, yeah. It backs onto another building and like the street behind.
Okay.
So
So
it'll
I'd go
have
round.
a
I'd probably go down round to the street behind.
right, and then right. So this is just like another kind of normal building at this side, and like it, it seems like quite a small one. It must just be like a kind of random shop or something. But there's a side
Okay.
alley that goes down towards the back of the
Yeah,
daycare.
I'd go down there and have a wee look, see what I can see.
Okay, so as you go down there, there's it's kind of dark in there because it's the kind of both buildings are kind of leaning over a bit, and
Uh,
the daycare has like a kind of one of those kind of like fancy kind of like sloped roofs that comes all the way down, so it kind of blocks out the sun a little
cool.
bit.
Yep.
Um, there's not really that there's not really that much going on around here. There's like some kind of like rubbish and stuff. You can get a absolutely horrible smell that seems to be like the fucking excrement from various children that has been like discarded out the back of this place.
Excellent.
But there's not any real signs of it being used for anything else.
Okay. So is there like how does the daycare center back onto this?
Um, it's kind of got like it's got a kind of door in the back of the building, and then a couple of little steps that come down, and then there's a kind of the kind of like at the alleyway itself, just straight off that, and then there's like kind of like some like not so much bins, but like areas of just waste and stuff sitting at the back.
Does it look like this place is used regularly, or is it like a once a month, once a week sort of thing?
Probably not. It's probably like they come out, discard stuff, and then go back in. They're just kind of, it's
That's
just
about
a
it.
yeah.
So it doesn't look like there's been any foot traffic or anything like consistent recently.
Not recently, no.
No. Okay.
Um, yeah, there's not really anything you would be
Okay.
able to gather around here at all, to be honest.
Okay, then I'd probably just wander back round to the. So is it in like a the building itself? Does it have like it's got a fence around it? Does that mean there's like a garden area in front of it?
Yeah, around the front. Hang on, if I do some terrible drawing
Oh,
again.
oh,
So like this.
some artwork from Graham.
Actually, hold on. I can do. That's the building.
Yep.
It's got like a bit out the front like that,
Mhm.
and then you are kind of around this area here, which backs onto the other thing. So it's like, and then there's like buildings next to it as well,
Okay.
like that.
So one second. This here is like the back alley
Yeah,
behind
that
it,
you're in. Yeah.
and that's the front garden.
hmm
Okay, cool. So I'd go around the front. Is there what are you chuckling at, Soulsby?
Fucking Bryn.
What? Right, okay. Seeing as there's absolutely nothing going on in this alleyway, I'd probably just go around the front and meet them at the front.
All right. Okay. So you head back round, and they've kind of dropped them off, but at least you were kind of out of the way. So their whole kind of like family thing made more sense than like we are the two dads and this woman. Um, but yeah, so you guys kind of meet up, and yeah, Mira's kind of just like, do you really think this is going to work, or she did like, and she's kind of like, do you trust this guy,
Trust who?
Thonan?
Oh yeah, he's always up for a laugh.
She's like, right, okay, I
And this seems like it would be fun.
let's be honest. He's gonna. I'd put money on him getting more information out of anybody in that place than any of us would.
She kind of looks at you two and is like, looks at the two of you and she's like, well, if there was anyone that I would expect to talk to children.
He's odd, but he's not that odd.
Don't know. My shit's still fucking lagging.
I'd relate to Hakon what kind of went down with the whole like giving it
Weird
to the
woman.
giving the kids back to the guards, and then it didn't. That's the last that was ever heard of them.
I'll say that I went round to the refuse pile at the back of the street, saw absolutely bug around it all, apart from a horrendous smell. And I say that we just that we could either stock the place out and see what we can see, maybe do a little bit of miming that William seems to be doing, or we could just wait until morning and see what happens.
I'd say we could wait until morning and see what Thonan can dig up for us.
Okay.
If there's any more information we can get before we go trying to find out other things.
Sound. I'd probably pitch up for my evening outside then, outside this place, just kind of like off to the side.
Okay.
And yeah, I'd go back to the hotel with
For their couple's night in.
and just pay for another night as well for the landlord. I'm assuming I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah. It would be.
Another mad minus fucking
Like,
6 silver.
yeah. Cool. So, okay. So, Hakon, you're just going to, like, hang about around it for a while and see what's going on.
Yeah. Like, I'd pitch up camp for the night, kind of, probably in a secluded area nearby.
Okay, so out with the town.
Yeah, let's go with that. Fuck it, I don't care. Yeah, outside the town.
Alright. I thought you were meaning, like, you were actually at, like, you're, like, nearby the daycare.
Yeah, that's what I was going. I was going for. Like I was saying, like if there was.
It's just because you, like, said you pitched up a camp. Like, I was just imagining you, like, sitting with your little, like, camp thing outside, just being like...
No, not like a tenant. Like I'd basically like a homeless person. Just
Okay.
chill out.
Right. So... What are you doing now?
God fucking damn it!
Uh-oh.
Danger, Will Rob.
No, it's a tax evasion all over again. No!
Right. Anyway, let's cut to Thonan playing with his toys. What are you doing in this daycare?
Right, so what's the kind of general lay of the land in this daycare?
There's... Like... So when you get dropped off, it's, like, probably, like, 8 o'clock-ish, that kind of time?
At night?
Yes.
Fuck, is this like a 24-hour daycare?
Yeah, this is like a... They will kind of look after these kids.
Staying there for the night, son.
Yeah, they've dropped you for the night. It's like if you went to a place and you couldn't be asked or not. It's more like people in the town if they want to drop their kids off somewhere to like have a night. I don't know.
I see.
Shaggins.
No, of working their wood.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But yeah, there's a lot of the kids that are there get picked up, so it's only like you and a couple others that are actually staying the night.
This is gonna be so weird.
The matron woman is wandering about and looking after things and just tidying stuff up after all the kids are going away. And like every time a child gets picked up, it's the same kind of thing. She actually goes out and kind of speaks with the people that are picking them up and kind of like sees them away and speaks to them as they're leaving. And she seems kind of very invested in the children, as if it's more than just like kind of just babysitting them. She's actually like looking after them, taking care of them, and kind of like that comes across.
Cool. Right. Is there any thing that would pass off as like a cookie or a treat that's kicking about? Like a box of it that like the adults have access to?
Yeah, probably. There's a kitchen area that has kind of stuff for like that you'd pretty much expect. Like, I don't think any daycare would be complete without having like treats for kids in it.
Right, I'm gonna try and like press the denace and knock the box over so I can like so some will fall on the floor, and I'm gonna try and like pocket a bunch of them.
Right. Okay.
for later.
Okay. So you knock some. You knock a box of stuff off, and it comes down. And it's like little kind of like animal shaped biscuit things. That are all kind of like covered and stuff.
Excellent.
They're all wooden biscuits. They're not real.
Yeah, you got to bite in it. It's just wood.
Wooden biscuits. Yeah, so I'm going to pocket a bunch of them for later.
Cool.
And possibly bribes. So how old are the kids in this place?
There's probably like four other kids in the place that you can see. They range from between like 3 and maybe like 9 or 10.
Right.
So there's like one little kind of like toddler who is getting most of the attention and kind of like getting looked after quite heavily. There's a couple of kids that are just sitting about that look as if they're like not really too happy to be left there, but they're kind of like slightly older, so like 8 or 9, and they're just kind of sitting about talking to each other and sitting in the corner. And then there's another kid who's kind of off on his own, who looks like kind of 5 or 6, who's like playing with stuff, just like playing with the wee toys that they've got.
Cool. Right. You say there was some little kid that seems to be getting a lot of the attention.
Yeah, it's like the 3-year-old.
Right. Awesome. So are the oldest ones like the 8 and the 9-year-old-ish people?
Hmm? They're just like
the older ones are like 8, 9?
Yeah, they're just sitting chatting to each other.
Right, I'm just gonna kind of sit down or walk towards like their little conversation and just plonk myself like on the outside of it.
Okay, out of curiosity, what age do you like appear? What have you kind of like made yourself?
I have no fucking clue.
So you're of whatever age you are perceived. I'm assuming if you're like
let's go with a nice middle ground of about 7.
Okay, so you're a little 7-year-old.
Yep.
Okay, so you walk up to the kids, and they just kind of like turn around and be like, "Oh, you must be new here. Like, are you?" Like, and she's like, "Who?" And then the girl was just kind of like, "So who's your parents? Who are you? Like, we've not seen you."
Oh, we're just passing through.
Like, oh, you're the son of travelers. Oh, that's interesting. And then one of them was like, the other one's like, my dad works in the lumbermill. He's a very important man. And the girl was like, yeah, my dad works in and they start talking about their parents because that's all they've really got to go on about.
And animal biscuits.
And animal biscuits, yeah, but
and wood.
And wood.
Yeah, I was about to say, before they get on a nice fucking rant about how lovely wood is, I was just going to be like, do you guys like animal biscuits?
They're like, do we ever? Yeah. Like, it's like, but we're not allowed them.
Wood and animal biscuits.
Yeah, it's like, but we're not allowed them. We're like, not allowed treats after like late or something. I don't know.
Right, I'm going to reach in my pocket and break one in half and be like, right, well, close your eyes.
Okay, they do.
Right, and then I'm going to pull out a half an animal biscuit and be like, surprise.
Right, they fucking love you at this point. Like, you're now their new god.
You're the first child to ever rebel and steal biscuits
Yeah.
in the whole town.
No one
You've
else.
never thought of this genius.
Yeah.
Right,
You're a criminal mastermind.
How many people are normally here? Like, do you guys hang out here a lot?
They're like, well, my dad's. I assume they'd probably say daddy. I don't know. Anyway, they're like, my dad's. Is supposed to be talking? No, he's talking to something else. Like, oh, my dad works in the lumber mill, and he's like in charge of like some of the night operations they have for like sending out like deliveries and stuff. So like I get left here quite a lot, and then the other girl was like, oh, my mum works in one of the nearby one of the restaurants, so I get left here because she works kind of late there. So it's basically they're just like kids of people in the town who are being left when their parents are working late or just working overnight or whatever.
Cool. Is there anyone else who's usually here?
They're like, oh, the matron's here all the time. She lives here though.
I meant kids our age. Like, do you have any other friends that come here often?
Like, well, not really. It's a small town. It's usually like the same kind of people that are here. Do you mean like during the day? Because there's more kids there then.
Yeah. Like, do your friends leave during the day? Do they leave before you guys get here?
they're saying, yeah, like there's usually there's loads of kids here. Like most of the kids in the town will usually come around here at some point, or like the kids our age at least, will come around here and kind of hang about. It's either that or we'll go play in the park. And then they kind of like the girl like says like, not since, and then the guy's like, oh, shh, and kind of nudges her.
Like, I hear sounds like a secret.
The girl's like, no secrets, nothing. She's kind of like
Secrets
rubbing.
are fun. Do you know what else is fun?
Is it animal biscuits?
Animal biscuits. Animal biscuits are fun.
All right.
So how about you guys let me in on your secret, and I'll give you some animal biscuits.
The girl just looks straight at the little kid and just be like, the biscuits. Think of the biscuits. And the wee boy's like, okay, all right, that seems fair. Okay, I'll tell you what I know.
Whole animal biscuit each.
Okay, so you decide to barter a deal to trade animal biscuits for information.
Intel.
So the wee boy says,
I mean secrets.
well, it's like, well, my dad told me not to tell anyone, but I mean, you seem like a cool kid. So basically,
He's no kid.
they don't know that. I rolled their checks. They ain't got shit. They're kids. The boy's like, my dad told me to be careful when I was here and not to be in the park. He was saying there's some like weird people who hang about there. There's an old guy that lives in the town that like he seems nice. He's been in before. Like we've spoke to him and stuff. But
Does he have candy?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't have candy. But the little girl was like, he's really nice. He's a really nice guy. He's actually got a name, and I fucking forgot it now. I'll find it at some point. But for now, they just call him the Elder, like the town elder. But yeah, there's basically they're saying that this guy comes in and kind of like talks to the kids and speaks to them and like shows them like does little kind of like magic tricks and stuff for them. And is quite liked. However, the boy says that he's like, my dad like is kind of like doesn't really like trust him and thinks he's kind of weird. But I mean, I think he's nice. But ever since, and then he kind of looks sad and they're like, ever since the Carlington girls disappeared, we've been told to be safe, and I don't want to go missing like them.
Who are the Carlington sisters?
The Lord's daughters?
And they went missing?
Yeah, I mean, and the girl's like, oh, he's not from here, he won't know. Like, and she says, where the fuck, what have I done with these names? Give me 1 second. Don't you start that
It's all a magic trick. The old man has taken them away.
See, this is the problem when I write out so much spraff. No, that's the wife's name. The wife's name's Maria, by the way, if anyone cares. It would have been mentioned at some point.
Do we gotta see her?
Clara and Sarah, that's the names. Yeah.
No one.
Of who?
That's
The two daughters.
Yeah, the two daughters, Clara and Sarah.
So what? Would Clara be 12 and Sarah, or does it fucking matter?
Sarah's the older one. Clara's 12, Sarah's 14. Fucking put this shit in bold. I usually put names in bold so I can see them easily, and I fucking didn't do it for this one.
Well, that was smart.
That's very smart. So yeah, after they were still saying like after Clara and Sarah went missing, we were a bit kind of. But the girl kind of explains to you and like tells it from their perspective of like, she says, well, some night last week, Clara and Sarah were here. They were here quite late again because their mum was doing doing stuff in the town to do with the festival and like help setting that up and things. And they got picked up about evening-ish. She can't really tell the time. And she says they got picked up by one of the people at the manor, and they went home, and then we never really saw them again. Nobody knows what happens. But
Who picked them up? Do you know?
we don't really know their names. They're kind of the guards are kind of weird, but it was definitely one of the people that works at the manor. Like we'd seen him before.
What did he look like?
They just kind of look at each other like he had like the uniform on.
So he looked like everyone else.
Well, he was. It was a guy. He was old, and he had their uniform on. Remember, these are children saying old, so this could literally be any age over like 18.
Mm-hmm. Their uniform. I'm not from around here. Who's there?
Oh, the Carlingtons. They have like their own house colours because they're all important and stuff.
Ah, okay. Do you know what kind of color hair he has?
It was, and she kind of like looks to try and like as if she's trying to remember because this was like 5 days ago now. It's like, it was black.
Fucking guess who?
Does he have a
Did he
mustache?
have a mustache?
Yeah.
Did he look like a bitch? I mean, did he have a mustache or a beard?
He had. And the boy kind of looks over, he's like, he was a human, and as if it's just to kind of like point that one out. But he's like, no, he didn't have a beard or a mustache or anything like that.
Do you guys get a lot of non-humans around here?
The boy's like, we get some. There's the halflings and some of the gnomes from the city come down, but mostly it's just the humans around here. And the girl was like, not that there's anything wrong with that, just kind of like looking as if to try and be like politically correct, which for kids is impressive.
That's so cool. I've never met a gnome before.
The boy's, I don't know, how would he say it? He says, I don't know, gnomes are kind of weird. Like they're like really small people. I mean, they're kind of like halflings, but weirder.
Uh-huh. Interesting. So, when's bedtime?
Soon. They don't have clocks. Like, they don't have a way of telling time.
There's no fucking...
No wooden clocks.
Wooden sundial, no, like...
Well, the sun's down.
The sun is down.
Bedtime is soon.
Are all of the adults nice?
Yeah, they're nice enough. Like, most of the people that come here are nice. Like, we don't really speak to many adults because it's mainly just parents of people, but other than that, it's...
I meant, the people who work here.
Oh, it's just the matron. She just works here herself.
Oh, okay, cool.
The matron's name is Denise. I found that as well.
And I don't have a crush on her. Cool. Well, this has been truly enlightening. Guess what? Have some more animal biscuits.
Excellent.
I'm just gonna give them the rest of the animal biscuits. I don't know how much I have left, but I'm just gonna be like, just like
Probably more than they've had. Like they've been allowed to have on their own.
Right, cool. Then while they're like gorging themselves on that, I'm gonna go up and try and see if I can find the matron.
Okay. She's currently dealing with a small toddler who is like shitting everywhere.
Excellent. I'm just gonna like tug on the hem of her skirt or whatever she's wearing.
Like one second, I'm busy here, and you can just hear this kid like crying and going mental on this table. And she looks down, and she's like, okay, what's the matter? Was it Thonan? Yeah.
Miss, they're stealing animal biscuits, and just point at the other kids I've just been talking to.
Okay, she looks over and she's like, kids, where did you get those? And like runs over to try and like get them off them. Was this aimed as a distraction, or you being spiteful and evil and just fucking over little kids?
All of the above.
Oh yeah, all of it. Just all of it. I mean, I might need a distraction, but they said gnomes are weird, so fuck them. Under the bus they go. Get in the fucking sea. just play this out until nightfall. I'm gonna go sleep. I'm not passing up a free bed. Or a bed that I ain't paying for because I'm a child.
Okay.
Oh yeah, shit.
So what are you doing? You're just gonna...
Well, I've got, well, I'll go through with the whole charade until bedtime, and then I was gonna get out of my bed, like, once kids are asleep, because they're fucking kids, they don't stay up late.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go, and I'm just gonna go wandering about and just see if I can, again, not for a long time, just in case there's anything going on, like, I'm just kinda trying to be mindful of what the adult is up to.
Right, okay. So how late are you getting up? Because she's probably going to head to bed, like, once all the kids are settled, and it has, like, I think she's probably, like, sleeping, like, has this 3-year-old in, like, a kind of, like, crib thing made of wood in her room, just kind of sleeping near her, just so she knows, like, if he's wakes up or whatever, but the rest of the kids are, like, elsewhere.
Right, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna go, because I'm imagining we get put to bed at something like 9 or something retarded.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna wait until about midnight. So I'm gonna catch a good nap, and then kind of.
I found the name of that guy, by the way. Yeah, Mr. Barnes.
The elder.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, I'm just gonna try and wake myself. I'm just gonna try to get up around midnight and just kind of go for a snoop and just see what the haps is, if it's all quiet or if there's mischief about that isn't me.
Okay. Everything seems to be fairly quiet. There's not really anything going on. All the kids are sleeping. It's not really... It's fairly quiet. At one point you can kind of hear crying from the other room, but within about 5 minutes that kind of settles down, and that's about the end of it. Nothing else really happens. Are you wanting to stay in the place overnight, or are you just going to try and leave?
No, I'm gonna sleep there.
Fair enough.
Free bed.
Cool. Okay, so you just stay in the place. Can I also just make a small point that is going to become a large problem?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically, your alter self thing.
Oh yeah, shit. What about it? I totally fucking overlooked that.
Now, I thought it lasted for 1 hour per level. Turns out it's 1 minute. We'll make it 1 hour for now, just because it makes more sense. But basically, within a few hours, you would have had to have, like, you would have been fine to leave, but you're going to have to cast it yourself before you, like, go out again.
Yeah, that's fine.
That was what I was going to say, but I honestly thought it was 1 hour per level. It's apparently 1 minute. That seems bullshit.
That does seem odd.
It doesn't give me any other benefits, unfortunately, so... Anyway, so yeah,
Well, because the thing is, because alter self is actually, like, different from a disguise self thing. Alter self, you actually, like, physically change your body into
like
a different...
I could literally be a goblin or something.
Yeah.
But I'm not using it for...
So that's why it lasts for such a small amount of time. Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not using it for horrendously obtuse purposes.
Okay. Well,
Not pretending to be a goblin.
for the sake of it, you can have it as...
For the sake of RP.
Yeah, for the sake of now not having to retcon this entire
we
thing.
can retcon it, yeah.
Yeah, you walk into the place and within 3 minutes you turn back into yourself and all the kids screaming, it all goes mental.
Everyone has to die. No witnesses.
No tears, only dreams.
Exactly.
Mira would not be happy about that.
No. If she
No,
knew...
don't think most of our part would be happy.
Coincidentally, funny thing, the daycare burned down.
And then the whole town burned down because it's all made of wood.
Yep. Fucking idiots. Am I right?
Yeah. Alright, okay, so basically when you wake up in the morning, you manage to wake up before the matron comes in and, like, shifts you out, and you cast basically you disguise yourself again, and you have 3 hours to get out of that place, so you better hope you get picked up soon.
3 hours later.
2 hours and 58 minutes later.
So yeah, I assume we would just like...
Well,
Yeah,
no.
Can we
Wait,
swing to me doing stuff that
No,
evening?
because I thought Hakon wanted to do stuff that evening.
Nope, I was just chilling outside, waiting out. If anything happened, whilst I was kicking about outside, then yes.
My backup
If
plan,
not,
if
then
they
no.
don't arrive in 3 hours, is to go and get a sheet and like cut holes in it and pretend to be a ghost. And
Okay.
like run around trying to be a spoopy ghost.
Okay. Anyway, right. Hakon, roll a perception
Yes.
check.
Okay. Where's my character sheet?
Well, Graham,
Mhm.
one thing I was going to do is, like, again, get up about 1 in the morning and then just kind of, like, climb the roofs and fucking chill out looking for spooky, scary skeletons. And they're like,
Okay. Can you also roll a perception check?
yeah, sure. I shall. Oh, god damn it.
Alright, okay. So Jonas, I'll go for you first. Basically, you kind of like scale through the rooftops, head across, and get kind of like across the road from the daycare, and you're looking over, but the angle you're at, you can't really see too much apart from like the roof of the daycare and the front of the garden, and it's too dark to really get any kind of indication of anything, so you don't really see much. Hakon, you kind of sit nearby. You're kind of like further down the road and slightly like at the edge of a corner, or kind of the edge of an alley, and you can just see the kind of daycare from where you are. Like you're just kind of keeping an eye without being too obvious.
Yeah.
You don't really see anything at the daycare, but like I'm assuming your wolf's with you, yeah?
Yes.
Right. At like probably like 4 in the morning, something like that. Like as it's kind of like just starting to get bright, your wolf kind of like starts to like, I don't know. You don't really know if it's kind of
Look
getting,
at the moon.
yeah. You don't really know if it's getting like agitated and tired, or if it's like just like hungry or whatever. But like it kind of starts like barking at you, and then kind of after like 5 minutes just settles down, and that's about it. But
Okay.
you don't really notice anything.
So it got restless for about five minutes.
Yeah, like it
And
was
settled
kind
down.
of barking at you like it was wanting something, but then kind of settled down quite quickly. And that was about it.
Okay. Okay. I mean, if it was barking at me, I would probably have tried to find out what it wanted.
All right. Well, yeah, it was just barking, and you kind of like just patted it and like thinged it, and it settled down fairly quickly.
Okay, fair enough then.
It's like if my fucking dog starts barking, I go downstairs like, "What is it?" She just shuts up as soon as she sees you. But I'm gonna metagame this because it's session 2, so we're gonna fucking do it anyway. Remember, you have essence. Is what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
That's
Okay,
all I'm
by
gonna say.
that point, I'm going to assume I will consume 1 essence and like make sure I actually roll something less shit than an 11.
Okay.
What do you
Reroll.
Fucking-
Just do the roll again.
do you not do it to confirm you get something decent? Is that not a thing?
You can roll 2 if you
Oh,
guarantee
do I
it.
have to roll 2 to that? I should
Yeah,
have
if you used
beforehand then.
if you
Ah,
no, like if you
Just
no,
do the roll again.
yeah,
probably.
just do the roll again.
the exact same roll.
oh god.
Just press up and
It's
enter.
Fucking disgusting. Oh fucking.
Okay, well you're down 1 essence and nothing changed. Morning
Okay.
happens.
Okay then, I'll use an essence as well.
Go for it. Roll that
But
dice.
you got a night. Oh. Great.
Good thing I'm in the daycare.
I hate you, Graham. I should never.
There you go. Is
It does
that
it.
better, Graham?
Yes.
Okay.
The magic number was 20, and I was really
Right.
sad when you rolled a 19. Okay, basically, when you're kind of sitting, your dog barks at you.
Yeah.
You get this feeling in your gut as your essence rises up, and like you think, no, something's up here, and you
Right, okay.
you know, you get a kind of very strange feeling that you're being watched.
Being watched.
Yes.
Is it the same sort of watched feeling that I felt the other evening whilst running for my life?
No. Not that
No.
kind of feeling. No, like you're being observed, not watched. That's probably the wrong word for there's
Okay.
things called watchers. You're being
Yeah,
observed.
yeah. I mean, you did use the very specific word "watched."
Yeah.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine. I'm being observed.
Yes, and the dog kind of like starts barking at it, but then like kind of quietens down fairly quickly. So you
Okay.
kind of
So do I still feel like there are eyes on me?
you like basically as soon as the dog starts barking, you think you kind of get that kind of feeling, and then
Okay.
you kind of like look about. You don't really see MD, but you definitely have this kind of weird feeling, and then the dog kind of settles down, and you're like,
Okay. So when I look around, do I see anything? Is there anything out of place, or is it literally just I feel watched?
yeah, like that's yeah. Basically, yeah, you just get this kind of weird feeling, like
Okay. Is there anything nearby? Like, I look around and is there anything that I can see or?
what did you get? 27.
Yeah, 27.
Oh yeah, like okay. You see kind of like a kind of brief glimpse of what looks to be like some kind of like hooded figure, just kind of like in the kind of darkness. Not so much like near the daycare or looking at the daycare, like standing kind of even further up the road, looking at you.
Looking at me.
Yeah,
Okay. I'll probably just wait, see what happens.
right. So if you kind of like look at them, like as you kind of like look over and see them, they kind of shift slightly and kind of like move into the darkness a bit,
Okay.
and then like you like. It's kind of that thing of like you look over and you can kind of feel as if they're like peeking round the corner at you, and then after a
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
minutes
yeah.
you can think they're like left, as if
Alright.
you're being like judged.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'd probably just write out the evening where I was, keeping a bit more attention to what was going on around me.
Cool. All right. Fair enough. So morning comes. Thonan is currently in the daycare. Jonas, Mira kind of comes round to wake you up, or not coming round to like get you fairly early on. I don't know if you would wake up before her, but she's kind of awake and ready to go. And
Too right, I ain't
Yeah,
gonna
I'd be up
sleep.
already.
It's not gonna catch me slipping.
Yeah, she's fucking Mira's a late riser. She's a lazy cunt. I'd be up.
okay,
Yeah, so I'd probably like have a quick breakfast and then go round to get Thonan. Like reasonably early.
okay. So as you go round in the morning, when you kind of like approach, you notice there is. So actually, hold on. Hakon, would you have stayed there until like early one, as in like 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, I would have stayed there until those two pitched up the next morning.
Okay, so you'd probably see it first. There, you see that two people kind of like come towards the daycare that have the kind of like Lord's uniform on,
Okay.
and one of them stands outside at the gate. The other one goes inside, and probably about 5-10 minutes later, the one that was inside comes out, and they both leave.
Okay.
Thonan, from your point of view, because I'm assuming you'll be kind of like up at this point in the daycare. Will?
Oh, sorry, my nose means hello.
Yeah. From your point of view, a man comes in who's wearing the kind of like Lord Callington's colours with the kind of uniform thing on, goes up to the matron, starts talking to her. She kind of like doesn't seem angry, but seems kind of like confused and a bit kind of like animated about something. Gets handed something, and the guy leaves.
Interesting. Right, what is, what does the matron do with what she gets handed?
She takes it and like goes through to her room and then comes back.
Interesting. Right. Is there still a box of animal biscuits kicking about on the shelf?
Not anymore. It's been moved
Right.
Alright.
after someone pointed out the fact the kids had stolen them.
Fuckers. Ruin it for everyone. I am going.
Do the other kids know that we'll dob them in?
Yeah, he pointed at them whilst they were eating biscuits and said that those kids are eating biscuits.
Yeah, and I'm breaking out of this place before I get shanked in the showers. Right. I am going to... Is there any kind of, like... During my time here, I haven't seen anyone, like... be, like, told off or anything, have I? Like, what happened to the kids after they were caught, like, eating all the animal biscuits?
They were whipped.
They were
Yeah.
sent to purgatory.
With a wooden whip.
I have just noticed something that I am very worried about. Give me 1 second.
This computer's about to explode.
No, I'm worried whether or not this mic's been picked. Because you know how last week it was like cutting out a lot. I opened it and I'm unsure if it's actually like picking this stuff up. So I'm kind of worried whether or not, because it's definitely picking me up now. Like the problem was it wasn't picking me up before, but I'm not sure if it's picking you guys up and it's echoing because the mic bar is moving when you're speaking.
Right.
But anyway, doesn't matter. We'll have to find out when we watch it back. Anyway, but yeah. So
what happens? Like, do people get put in timeout or some shit?
Yeah, those kids got the biscuits that they had left taken off them because you'd literally just handed them a pile of them, like half a box each. And yeah, so they got them taken off them and get kind of like put into the rooms that they're in, and just kind of like that was the last you'd seen of them since they never returned. No, like
right, cool. Is Matron busy like fussing over the 3-year-old?
Yeah.
Right, I'm gonna go fucking like spear headbutt the 3-year-old.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take like a running dildo dive and just run smack into the 3-year-old.
As he's like wandering about the place, like trying to, like desperately trying, and
I'm
his little.
gonna get on all fours and pretend I'm a goat and like run into the 3-year-old.
Okay. Should I roll for an unarmed, non-lethal attack?
You won. I'd be really disappointed if I killed a 3-year-old.
Go for it. Roll a hit.
I've got to roll. Oh fuck! Roll a hit. What is my bab? Scrolly. Total attack bonus 0.
I'll give you a clue. Yeah. Okay. So you hit this 3-year-old.
Yeah, funnily enough, you beat a 3-year-old.
Roll a d4. If you roll a 4, you're knocking him unconscious. Right. You roll a 3. So you actually run into this kid and like fucking.
Just kind of like, meh, I'm a goat.
Out of fucking nowhere, just knock him, like just go poof and knock him out.
It's like that gif I sent you of that fucking goat that gets hit by the punching bag.
Yeah. So this kid flies flat on his arse, and the matron runs over and she's like, "What are you doing? What?" And the kid starts crying, and there's chaos ensues. Like, she's screaming at you, the kid's crying, you're like bleating like a goat. Like what?
Yep. So I'm either gonna. My idea is to get put in timeout.
Okay. Yes.
Or potentially create a distraction, but considering I was the main cause of said distraction, I figure I'd get put in timeout.
Alright, so yeah, she starts shouting at you, she's like berating you, being like, "You don't do that, you can't hit the other kids, like I know you're new and you're like potentially you're travelling to the town and all that, but you gotta be nice to the kids here, blah blah blah," and then like picks you up and like takes you over to the. Do you resist or you just literally just be like, I am being taken, this is fine?
Yeah, I'm gonna be taken.
Okay, so she picks you up and you like very, very placidly getting like carried about back towards the room that you were in, you get put in and the door gets shut behind you.
Okay, cool. So, right, I'm in this fucking room. I'm gonna try and open the door.
Okay.
If I can hear her like having like thumped away, I'm assuming she's a heavy lady.
The door is.
Do I have to perceive to see?
The door is locked.
Interesting. Right. I am going to So am I in a windowless room or what?
No, there's a window.
Right, okay, can I try the window? Is the window locked?
The window's not locked.
Right, cool. Which side of the house is it on, if I'm looking at the pink box?
It is. There's for the fact of this, there's actually like a little bit of space there because it's like an alleyway on each side, kind of like that. So it goes down, and this building goes to like.
Right. How long am I in timeout for? Did you say?
Until you get picked up.
Right. I am going to open the window.
Mhm. You're like here.
Yeah.
Her room is there, by the way.
Right. I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself to be
Okay.
safe,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna try and sneak into her window over
Okay.
there if I can.
Also not locked.
People
She
that
is
try
mad
to lock
safe.
windows. To be fair, I don't think she's probably the only one that can reach windows. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I more mean people coming into the house.
Anyway, yeah, I'm trying to rummage around, looking for what she got given, if I can find it.
All right. So
And I'm trying to do this within the space of 3 minutes because that's all I have.
okay. So you go over, and I was going to actually roll a perception check, but the letter's literally just sitting on her desk, so I'm sure you're fine. So basically, it's just a kind of
That's
like.
a letter.
Yeah, it's a letter. It's in an envelope, or it was in an envelope, but it's been like teared open, and it's like the letter sitting on top of the envelope on the desk.
Right, cool.
It's made of wood,
what does
very
it-
nice.
What does it say?
Okay, the letter says, what was her name again? Did I give her a name?
Denise.
Denise. Yeah, sorry. So, Denise, as we've previously spoken, the continued support from Lord Carlington towards the daycare is not going to be upheld. With the recent disappearance of his daughters, he has decided that it is not worth the continued investment in such an establishment. And then it kind of goes on to explain, like, it goes on to explain, like, I understand this is no failing of yours. However, with the disappearance if the girls having children out with the care of their parents is not safe for the people in the town, and it's been decided to not allow the continuation of the daycare. It will be terminated within and then there's a date of when it's going to be closed. And Lady Carlington.
Interesting. Okay, cool. I've just made some clip notes on that, and I'm gonna bail back into my room.
Okay, cool. So, for the sake of speed and wrapping it up, Jonas, do you and Mira appear to pick up Thonan?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, you arrive back. The matron comes over and is slightly you can still tell that she's kind of annoyed from getting the letter earlier on, but it's not really a surprise. It's something that she was expecting to happen because it had been spoken about before. But that was the kind of official kind of closing of it. But so you can tell she's kind of annoyed about something. But she comes over and she's like, your son Thonan was. In the time that much of the time I've been here, we have very few events, and somehow many events managed to happen in one night. The kids got hold of biscuits they shouldn't have been able to reach. When I asked them, they said that Thonan gave them to them. He then, for some reason, headbutted one of the other children in the area. I have no idea what has been going on, but I would just like to say, and then she kind of sighs slightly, being like, as much as you won't be able to, please don't bring him back again.
So it's okay. We'll be leaving town soon anyway, but thank you very much.
It's I expected as much. It's and she just sighs and walks off.
He can be a difficult child. The road is not always a place children should be growing up, but needs must.
Yeah, it's damn travellers. As she walks away, and you can this is completely out of character for her.
I'm just gonna wave to her, and then just as she's kind of glancing back, I'm just gonna be like.
Right, she freaks out a little bit of that, but whatever.
Does his vision slip slightly while he does it as well?
Yeah, as he does it, his like gnome features come through.
What I love is
Wait.
how we
She rolls.
got away from.
She rolls a nat 20, like legit rolls a nat 20 on a check to see if it's like to see through his disguise, and for that second she
I can't
goes,
sleep.
yeah, she just collapses. She's like,
Roll
you're,
that in.
she's like, you're not a child, and collapses, and you guys leave.
What I love is we got out of there without paying. Lovely.
Damn right.
Always like a good bargain.
She just wanted rid of you. And honestly, like, it's a daycare, it's not going to be expensive at all. It'll be like, maybe like a silver at the most.
I'd be expecting a swanky ass daycare for a silver.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Lots of animal biscuits.
Cool, so we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there for this week, and we'll...
Yeah, TLDR, I assume, like, Thonan tells us everything.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then
Yeah.
Vice versa.
Fucking chumps.
Cool. So let's leave it there.